Hello and welcome, I'm Thomas Porteous and you are watching The World Report. Let's take a look at some of the top headlines of the hour. US President Donald Trump has announced an immediate end to all trade negotiations with Canada, accusing Ottawa of egregious behaviour over a political ad featuring Ronald Reagan criticising tariffs. Trump has also imposed a 35% levy on Canadian imports, with exemptions for goods covered under the USMCA trade deal. Trump will also meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping in South Korea on October the 30th on the sidelines of the APEC Summit. The White House has confirmed it will be the first face-to-face between the two leaders since Trump's return to office, as trade tensions rise over Washington's threat of 100% tariffs and Beijing's restrictions on rare earth exports. US President Donald Trump has dismissed efforts by Israeli lawmakers to advance legislation annexing the occupied West Bank, saying Israel is not going to do anything there. The bill, which would apply Israeli law to the territory claimed by Palestinians for a future state, won initial approval in the Knesset on Wednesday. Marco Rubio has warned that Israel's move towards annexing the West Bank could undermine President Donald Trump's Gaza peace plan. Speaking before departing for the country, Rubio said the president had made clear that such annexation is not something we'd be supportive of right now, calling the Knesset vote potentially counterproductive. The United Nations has called on Israel to allow more aid trucks through additional crossings into Gaza, saying current levels fall short of the ceasefire terms. Palestinians continue to face severe shortages of food and clean water, with many unable to return home amid an ongoing Israeli military presence. Argentine President Javier Milei urged supporters at a Rosario rally ahead of Sunday's midterms to seeking votes to sustain his austerity policies, economic reforms and Labour tax plans amid pressure from the US and slipping approval ratings. Lebanon's health ministry says 4 people were killed in Israeli airstrikes in the country's east and south. The IDF confirmed hitting targets linked to Hezbollah, saying the group had used the areas to plan attacks against Israel. Ivory Coast's President Assane Ouattara has urged voters to support him for peace and stability ahead of elections. The vote comes amid tensions with several rivals barred from running and growing calls for new leadership. Now this hour we start in North America, where US President Donald Trump announces that he is ending all trade negotiations with Canada, citing a Canadian television advertisement opposing